So the headline reads China linked hackers stole millions in COVID benefits. So let me get this straight. China, who may have created the virus in a lab, and the name of the virus is the name of the lab, as Jon Stewart told us, then had hackers steal money from us so that we could help our people survive the virus that was created by China. Do I have that right? So apparently NBC has the exclusive. I know I was surprised too. Hackers linked to Chinese government stole millions in COVID benefits, Secret Service says. The theft of state unemployment funds is the first pandemic fraud tied to foreign state-sponsored cyber criminals that the US government is acknowledging publicly. In other words, there's probably a bunch load of other money that Chinese criminals stole, but this is the only one that we're willing to admit. It would be crazy to think that this group didn't target all 50 states, said Roy Dotson, the National Pandemic Fraud Recovery Coordinator for the Secret Service, who also acts as a liaison with other federal agencies. In other words, highly likely this unemployment hack, which was only 20 million, which is not really, I know, it's a lot, only 20 million. The Secret Service declined to confirm the scope of other investigations, saying there are more than 1,000 additional investigations involving transnational domestic criminal actors, Russia, targeting public benefit programs. APT 41 is apparently the cyber criminal organization in China, which is a notable player and is a big suspect in this particular case. And whether the Chinese directed APT 41 to loot U.S. taxpayer funds or simply look the other way, multiple current and former U.S. officials say it really doesn't matter because targeting government funds is kind of an escalation. There have been a number of situations where Chinese cybersecurity or Russian cybersecurity firms or hackers have targeted private funds, but now they're targeting government funds, and that's a national security issue. There are significant other reports of the Secret Service indicating that there was other cyber theft. In this story here, Secret Service recovers 286 million in stolen COVID relief funds. Loans were meant for small businesses, and this is from August of 2022. You can go back to April of 2022, where they have indicated that at least 6 state governments have been hacked. So the Chinese, once again, allegedly created this virus, and now they profit off the creation of the virus. Who knew? Okay, back to the original story from NBC News, the exclusive. I've never seen them target government money before, said John Hultquist, the head of the intelligence analyst at cybersecurity firm Mandiant. That would be an escalation. The Chinese embassy did not return requests for comment. The horse is out of the barn. So as soon as the state governments began dispersing COVID unemployment funds in 2020, cyber criminals, probably some Americans too, began to siphon off a percentage through identity theft. The Labor Department of Inspector General has reported an improper payment rate of 20% for the $872 billion. What is 20% of $872 billion? Is that like 170 billion? Or what is that? I got to grab I can't do that in my head. Hold on and say, we're going to find out for you. Breaking news right now. We're going to find out. It is. It's 174 billion. Oh, just 174 billion. No big deal. Ooh, the true cost of the fraud is likely higher, administrative officials have said. So you're saying that all of that money that we sent out to people so that they could get through, not survive the virus, but actually survive the government's response to the virus, at least 20% of it was stolen by China or Russian hackers or hackers from someplace. An in-depth analysis of 4 states showed that 42% of pandemic benefits were paid improperly in the first 6 months. Heritage Foundation found that Labor Department estimated an excess unemployment benefits of more than $350 billion. Wow. Imagine how much of that we could have sent to Ukraine if we hadn't got ripped off. Man, I mean, that's a lot more money we could have sent to the Ukraine. Okay, no more joking around. This is actually very important. The Secret Service said in a statement that it considers Apt 41, I'm going to call it that, Chinese-sponsored cyber threat group that is highly adept at conducting espionage missions and financial crimes for personal gain. Ambassador Fick, head of the State Department's Bureau of Cyberspace and Digital Policy, said cyber espionage is a longtime Chinese national priority aimed at strengthening China's geopolitical position. Number one target is the United States. American officials have blamed Chinese hackers for the OPM hack, the Anthem Health hack, and the Equifax breach. Not to mention, and I don't want to bring this topic up, but I will anyways, the whole controversy whether or not TikTok is an active measure to spy on America. I don't want to get into that, but that's a thing, or a potential thing. More detail here. Again, all credit to NBC News for this article. The experts and officials described the Chinese model of state-sponsored hackers as a network of semi-independent groups. So basically they farm this out to people so they have plausible deniability that the government isn't actually doing it, that work in a service of government espionage. The Chinese government may direct a hacking group to attack certain target. Apt 41, which has a number of different subsidiaries, fits the model and is considered particularly prolific Chinese intelligence asset known to commit financial crimes on the side. But remember, Russia is our number one enemy. Just remember that. Russia is the number one enemy. Don't you pay any mind to the threat from China, either physically or through the interweb. Yeah, don't pay any mind to that. No. Not at all. It's Russia. That's the big problem. Let me just say, and I'm obviously being a little sarcastic here, isn't it possible that Russia and Chinese are both a concern, but actually China being the by far number one concern? That's my position, at least. Hey, I'm John F. Gately, broadcasting to you from beautiful Plymouth. You can call me Jack, here in America's hometown, in Massachusetts. Behind enemy lines. Have a great day.